Let me ask you something personal. How many times have you known exactly what you needed to do and still didn't do it? You set the alarm, you made the plan, you told yourself this time is different, and then you caved. Here's the hard truth. It's not because you're lazy, it's not because you're weak. It's because you've been playing the game wrong this whole time. The smartest people alive don't rely on willpower, they cheat the system. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how. Over 3,000 years ago, a man named Ulysses stood at the edge of the most dangerous stretch of water in the ancient world, the Sirens Reef. Every sailor who had ever sailed past it was dead. Ships, bones, wreckage, as far as the eye could see. These weren't cowards. These weren't weak men. These were warriors, experienced sailors. And every single one of them was gone. Why? Because of the siren's song. The moment sailors heard it, they'd hallucinate, seeing whatever they desired most in the world. Their homes, their families, their dreams, and like men possessed, they'd steer straight into the reef. By the time the illusion broke, it was already over. Now here's where it gets interesting. Ulysses wanted to hear the siren's song, but he also wanted to survive. So instead of just hoping his willpower would hold up, he looked at that reef full of skeletons and said something that most people would never have the guts to admit.
I am no more disciplined than any of those men who died before me.
That one sentence changed everything. He didn't pretend he was special. He didn't pump himself up and say, "I've got this." Instead, he made a smart decision in advance, one that would protect him from himself later. He ordered his crew to plug their ears with wax so they wouldn't be affected. Then he had them tie him to the ship's mast with 10 ropes. And before they got anywhere near the reef, he looked his crew dead in the eyes and said, "When I hear the sirens, I'm going to lose my mind. I'll scream at you. I'll beg you. I'll probably curse every single one of you. But no matter what I say, do not untie me." That right there, that's not weakness. That's genius. Now, before I tell you what happened to Ulysses, let me ask you this. Where in your life could you use this rule? Because this isn't just an ancient Greek story. This is your life. Take Victor Hugo, one of the greatest writers who ever lived. Wealthy, charismatic, the life of every party, and completely unable to sit down and write. Sound familiar? When a deadline was breathing down his neck, Hugo didn't try to be more disciplined. He used the Ulysses Rule. He'd lock himself in his study with nothing but paper and a pen, and he'd tell his servant to take away every single piece of his clothing and not return it for 4 hours. No clothes, nowhere to go, no parties to escape to, just him and the work. And that's how some of the greatest literature in history got written, not through willpower, but through removing the option to quit. Or think about that YouTuber who wants to get focused work done in the early hours of the morning. Does he just hope he won't check his phone? No, he puts it inside a timed lockbox set for 3 hours. The phone is physically unreachable. Temptation eliminated. Here's what 95% of people never figure out. Willpower is not a personality trait, it's a resource. And just like your phone battery, it drains throughout the day. That's why you can resist the donuts in the morning and then destroy an entire bag of chips at 11 p.m. It's not that you're weak at night, it's that your willpower tank is empty. Smart people understand this. So instead of fighting temptation all day long, they build systems that make temptation irrelevant. They tie themselves to the mast before they hear the song. So, what happened to Ulysses? As the ship sailed past the reef, the siren's song hit him like a freight train. And what did he see? Not gold, not power, not fame. He saw his wife, Penelope, and his son, Telemachus, calling out to him from the reef. "Ulysses, we love you. We need you. Come to us." Remember, this man had been away for years fighting in the Trojan War. He'd missed his family every single day, and now the thing he wanted most in the world was standing right in front of him. He lost it. He screamed. He thrashed against the ropes. He cursed his sailors with everything he had. He begged them to let him go. But the crew held firm, because that was the deal. And because he had the wisdom to set up that system in advance, because he had the humility to admit he wasn't stronger than the men who died before him, Ulysses made it through. He survived the reef. He made it back to Ithaca, back to his queen, back to his son. So here's the question I want to leave you with today. What's your Sirens reef? Is it your phone? Social media? Junk food? The snooze button? Toxic people who pull you off course? You already know what it is. I don't have to tell you. The question is, are you going to keep hoping your willpower saves you? Or are you going to do what Ulysses did, what Victor Hugo did, what every high performer does, and build a system that protects you from yourself? Stop trying to be stronger than the temptation. Be smarter than it. Tie yourself to the mast.